Hey everybody, my name is Aram. I'm from Northern California and I'm here with my Sebring Orange C8. I'm doing this video because I just completed a home project to put RGB LED lighting in the engine bay, and I thought some of you might be interested in how I did it. It cost me less than $150 in off-the-shelf parts and about a couple of hours of labor. Before I go into how I did it, let me explain some of the background. When I first bought or specified my C8, I bought the engine appearance package because it had LED lighting on the engine bay. And my idea was, well, I can show the engine through the back window during the daytime, but wouldn't it be neat if I'm driving at night that I could turn the lights on and show off this beautiful new engine? But once I got the car, I realized that you could open the back door or the hatch, the LED lights would time out. And I really couldn't do very much with that. So the idea of being able to light it up at night wouldn't work. I couldn't add any color LEDs to the hatch to do something cool. So that was the end of that. And my plan B was, okay, let me figure out how to power some LED lighting in the engine bay. Well, when you look at the car, you'll find out that the 12-volt socket is in the front. The battery is hidden in the front area. The second 12-volt socket is by the glove compartment. The fuse box is between the seats, difficult to get to, and there's no porthole or through pass to the engine bay area. And there is no power source in the engine bay. So, Taj, what's the deal, buddy? Alright, so in the next phase, let me show you what I've actually done inside the engine bay. Welcome back, everybody. Let me walk you through my installation and the various components I used. We need a surface to work with pointed towards the engine to put our LED strips. And the metal brackets either side of the engine are in a perfect location with a smooth surface oriented ideally to place our LED strips. I bought a light kit for engine bay lighting that came with 4 strips, and I selected the 12-inch size because 24 was too long. I started by cleaning the metal surface with isopropyl, dried it, then used the adhesive booster to prep the surface of the metal. Then I peeled the paper from the adhesive backing. I used the plastic ends of the LED to index against my carbon fiber accent, and I stuck down the top LED strip. Then I took the paper off the second strip, again used the end plastic to index to the first strip, and I stuck down the second strip, and the metal happened to be exactly 2 strip wide. I did the same thing on the opposite side for symmetry. The cables come off of each LED strip, and they have to go into a Y cable supplied by the kit, and then there are also extension cables supplied by the kit. In this particular area, you have the engine exhaust fan, so it's super hot. I invested $16 in getting some thermal tape rated to 300 degrees, adhesive backed, and started wrapping the cabling to protect first the insulation, and then when it came to the connectors, I got a piece of kitchen aluminum foil, cut it a little bit wider than the connector, about 7 inches long, wrapped the connectors, and then continued with the thermal tape. Why? Because there are solder joints in the connectors that are susceptible to thermal fatigue and eventual failure. So I wanted to protect the connectors. I continued with the thermal tape all the way through. The extension cables go into a Bluetooth hub. This is a brand starting with a model OPT7 engine lighting kit with Bluetooth capability, and it's app-based. I like this because when I'm in my cabin, I can control the LED lighting on and off, select the color. I can also do it remotely. So the Bluetooth hub is here, and then the Bluetooth hub needs power. To power the whole thing, I went with a car jumpstart battery pack. This one happens to be from brand starting with L model V2, and I selected this one because it's small, compact, thin. It's 1500 amps and it's portable, rechargeable. It has a charge indicator light. It has the 12-volt output with a 12-volt socket. It is USB rechargeable, so I can pull it into the garage and recharge it. If I need to borrow it to jumpstart my battery, I have clips in my frunk, and it's rated for a 7-liter engine. If I need to charge my cell phone, I can borrow it. It has a light and a strobe light, and it's small and light enough, less than 2 pounds, that I have it mounted to the back tub of the engine bay with industrial strength Velcro and adhesive, as is the Bluetooth hub. So the Bluetooth gets its power from the 12-volt connector, and the Bluetooth already comes with the male adapter for the 12-volt socket and a light switch. I continued with a thermal tape all the way through. I did customize the extension cables because I didn't want a lot of slack. I also customized the length of the power cord. I mounted the switch over here. I tied the cable at the corners with zip ties. I used a couple of square high adhesive zip tie mounts against the back wall to tuck the wires against the back wall. I secured the switch with a zip tie mount to this area here, and I zip tied it to be secure and not move. The thermal tape is very pliable and it molds very well. It hides the cables against the black background, so it's not very noticeable at all. And that completed my installation. So I believe this is the world's first self-contained C8 RGB LED lighting kit. Next I'll show you what it looks like at night, but I hope this information was useful to you. Have fun with it, and I hope to see you on the asphalt. Welcome back, everybody. Some of you may be wondering what the lighting looks like inside the cabin. There isn't too much reflection inside for the driver, so I'm changing the different colors from inside the cabin, and there's not much impact to what I'm doing as a driver. I'm certainly not using white, but there's white, there's off, and there's some other color. The other thing about this system is because it's an independent battery, I don't have to worry about drain on my car battery. I've had the portable battery pack off for about a month now. It hasn't drained the battery. When I've had the switch on over a 36-hour period, I've only lost one of the dots of the 4 dots. So I'm really liking it right now, because if I go to town, I park it at night, and I want to leave the light on for the engine, I could do that. I don't have to worry about draining the main battery. Okay, everybody, let's have some fun.